Is the 9F an appropriate locomotive to run on a mile of track?
This is a question that's been asked quite a lot. And I guess the answer is that, in a few years' time when the line is extended, would there have been an opportunity to buy a loco appropriate to the railway? The answer to that is pretty much nil. When the opportunity arose about 3 years ago for the possibility for the Trust obtaining a 9F locomotive, which is so akin to the Somerset and Dorset Railway, we didn't just instantly jump at the chance. We actually did due diligence over about a 12-month period to make sure that we weren't buying a basket of nails. And actually, which isn't known by a lot of people, a number of the trustees, including myself, we were trying to obtain a smaller locomotive for the railway. Ginties was one of them, and we explored a number of opportunities to try to get that, all of which in the end came to nothing. We were quite near at one point with one of the Ginties, but unfortunately it didn't happen.
Is that a 9F is a big locomotive. The fact it's got a name adds prestige, and wherever 9Fs go, they visitors flock to see them, and the locomotive will be a flagship for the whole railway, whether it's on the railway or whether it's travelling around the country as a standard bearer to actually earn its steaming fees and pay for overhauls and restorations.
Will the project be completed by 2029 and within the £500,000 figure quoted?
Well, technically, we don't have a budget of £500,000. We put that out there as a sort of an indicator, really. The answer to the question, though, is can we do it? Well, we can do it with your help. The people who are viewing this are obviously interested in 9Fs. If you want to see this 9F in operation on the Somerset and Dorset in particular, then please, I urge you to fill in a standing order and pay a modest amount a month, 10, 20, 30 pounds a month. And if you all out there who are interested in 9Fs actually do that, there's no two ways about it, this engine will be steaming by 2029.
The railway currently at Midsummer Norton does not have the facilities to stable the 9F. So what is the long-term view when she leaves the Dorset location?
This Dorset site, as I've said, hopefully we have security of tenure until such time as we can move the locomotive to what we hope will be Midsummer Norton Tunnel Lane facility, which, as everybody knows, it's firmly within our sights to move forward on that. And in 3 to 4 years, we would like this locomotive to be in a position to move to Midsummer Norton for 12 to 18 months to complete the works there, so everybody can see with a viewing area the works that are going on and enjoy it week by week, month by month as it progresses to completion. We are intending letting out the tender construction and the boiler overhaul to specialist contractors. We have to concentrate here and eventually at Midsummer Norton on the bottom end of the loco and all the fittings.
How is the project currently funded?
Currently, the project is funded by people contributing either on monthly standing orders or donations.
And legacies.
And legacies, yeah.
In addition to that, I am still, even though I am receiving monies for the purchase of the locomotive, I am investing a lot of monies week in, week out, month in, month out, in parts and engineering for the locomotive, and that will continue for the foreseeable future.
Do you have sufficient volunteers to ensure completion of the project? Well, what's interesting, since we announced, the answer to that is we believe yes. What's been interesting is that when people found out that we had a 9F, they were coming forward. And for my department, in the CME department, is that we were finding that people who were engineers that have their own workshops were coming forward and saying, you've got a 9F, we would like to help you out. And so we have people ranging from Cornwall up to Manchester, into Dorset, and locally within Midsummer Norton. And these are people who have their own workshops. So if you like, we've got like a little cottage industry going on where these people machine parts, and recent times we've had things like brake pins and all the brake rigging, which is one of our priorities, is to get the brake rigging sorted. I've produced brake pins and bushes, And it really is a great way of people being able to work on it, not just by coming to Midsummer Norton, but working in their own facilities at home.
And we are pulling in engineers from other railways in the south generally, who haven't had the chance to take part in the restoration of a locomotive, more particularly a 9F. And we're bringing in skilled people who have lots and lots of experience, who are wanting to be part of this project, and they're coming in. So they are actually becoming members of the trust.
Comments have been made that the locomotive is too heavy for the metals at Midsummer Norton. What is your response to that?
Well, anybody that knows anything about weights and locomotives is that even on the main line, they have a 20 tonne per axle load weight. The rail that we use at Midsummer Norton is largely ex-main line, but even if it wasn't, these things are weighed so that it doesn't exceed the 20 tonne per axle.
The load per axle is on the drivers, which is the heaviest bit, is no more than 15.5 tonnes.
I can only reiterate is that if people want to see this 9F running, then please, if you put this modest amount of money in, say £20 a month, you will see this locomotive completed.
And it's your locomotive.
Yeah, absolutely.
I don't own it anymore. It is the Trust's locomotive.
To get more information on the 9F, the S&D website has a 9F blog, which is regularly updated.
To the Somerset and Dorset Railway Heritage Trust site, under the Support Us tab, you will find a blog which, thanks to somebody stepping forward who is a webmaster, has updated the blog, and that will be continue to be updated. May I also say that we have had a limited number of artwork done by an artist who actually produced them for Tornado and the P2, and has produced this one for the 9F. And so if you go onto our website, you will find you can purchase these for £25, including postage and packing. They're a superb print. I should also mention that another member of the 9F team is Tim Beer, and Tim Beer, along with Mark Allett, were instrumental in raising a significant amount of money for Tornado and the P2, and we welcomed Tim when we approached him. We welcomed him on board.